The autumn wind brings a pirate ship that frolics across the sea, that both common man and superfan ride upon with glee. It sets its sails on Sunday with a stool upon its mast, and that sounds the ring of the internet's king and a bristling black mustache. The autumn wind brings outlaws, misunderstood and feared, and blow for blow they'll vanquish foes while drinking down their tears. The world amazed, all singing praise with Casey Smith upon the stage. Dave and Dan, Dan and Dave.
Really? Ain't nobody care about Dan and Dave. It's prime time, baby.
Welcome to the Pro Football Show presented by the Chevy Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. We are back in New York. Dion, Dave, Dan, I am Casey, and it's freezing outside. Dave, you didn't think Dion would show up?
I didn't think Dion went past Mason-Dixon line. He showed up, so credit to you. Winter hat, but it is freezing. The weather is
I didn't get a haircut.
He wants you to coach Michigan.
That was going to be the next thing.
Yeah.
You know what?
Can I start that?
that's
Would
what
you
the
go
windup
there?
was?
Would you go there?
No.
Because of the cold?
Too cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would push like hell to make it happen.
What if we built like a walkway?
You probably couldn't make it happen. But I wouldn't even be.
Because it's not your recruit.
I wouldn't
you
be
bring the
honest.
Florida guys down
Yeah,
there?
in heartbeat. But I wouldn't be honest in someone's living room lying to them about, I'm going to take care of your kid and I'm going to be freezing.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not going to worry about your kid.
Listen, I thought it was a major barrier.
Yeah.
So.
Is that what your wind-up before the show was?
No, Lamar Jackson, New England
okay.
Patriots. This guy is MVP. We shoved it down his throat. We shoved it down his throat.
I did a video before you came. I love when the Patriots win because I love the Patriots win, Dave. When the Patriots don't win,
that's
no, he's a different guy.
3 months.
He's a different guy when the Patriots don't win. Now, when they win, he's consistent.
I've been the same guy for 20 years.
No, you're the same guy with your qualities and your the other stuff that comes along with you. But when the Patriots win, it's a better day.
Yeah, well, but I'm saying they've won for 20 years straight, so it's been the same guy.
They
for
hadn't
20
won
years.
all year. Okay, he's been a different guy this year.
I mean, we'll get into it, but they beat the Raiders, pretty good football team. They beat the Dolphins, pretty good football team. They just kicked the shit out of the Ravens.
No, they didn't beat them bad like that.
They bullied them.
It was a
They embarrassed
monsoon.
them.
That didn't have
They
nothing to do with it.
emasculated them.
I think if I had known it was a monsoon coming,
Lamar Jackson walked into the locker room to see if he still had a dick.
Glenny Bowles didn't do his job. Glenny Bowles did not do his
Yes, I'm
job.
about to say.
Time out. The weather didn't start till like late fourth.
But didn't it seem strange that every time the Ravens got the ball, all hell broke loose? It was a bucket falling out of the
It's
sky.
called a pass rush. It's called running the football down their throat. You didn't want, they bullied them, Dion.
Hey, I'm happy that Cam balled, though. Cam played well.
The whole team, they
And
bullied
I'm
them.
happy.
Yeah, I think they're going to win the Super Bowl.
I was about to
stop.
say, Dion, he came in
Stop
Monday
it.
morning and said that.
Stop it.
He did.
Stop
He
it.
did.
No,
You do
stop.
not believe that.
Listen,
No, he does.
He does.
It's crazy.
how many times?
I'm proud of you.
It's crazy.
I'm proud of you.
Why is it?
They're not
Hold
even
on,
making
hold
the
on, hold on.
playoffs.
Why is it crazy? They win the Super Bowl almost every year. Why is it crazy for me to
Is
say
the guy
that?
named Tom Brady not there? Maybe that's why.
Cam Newton, Superman.
They have to win out pretty much to go to the playoffs.
Dion, he did walk into the office. Yes.
I love that move.
No,
He said Superman.
unless there's a, you need to basically cancel a game to add a team. The only way they add a
Why
team
can't they?
to the
Why
playoffs,
can't they make the playoffs? They're gonna be
Because
9-7,
they're not
10-6.
If they go 9-7, they will not make the playoffs.
Fine,
So
well-
their margin for error is very, very slim. They can lose 2 more games. That's it.
They're going to do that.
That's my
Well,
point.
you said they were gonna lose last week.
No, they
You said
can't
that.
actually. Sorry,
What do you
excuse
mean
me.
they should have lost
They
last
can't
week?
even lose 2 more games. They can only lose 1 more game. I don't think 9-7 makes the playoffs in the AFC. There are a ton of teams. You got the Titans, the Ravens, the Browns, the Raiders, all sitting at 6-3 right now.
Wait, 9 is they're 4 and 5.
They're 4 and 5. So
Right.
they can't, if they lose 2 more games, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
All right, so we did this before. I don't understand what you're saying. They should have lost the game. What does that
Well,
mean?
it was a monsoon.
It was not. It was a monsoon in
was horrible.
late fourth.
It was horrible.
Oh, and the Dolphins. I forgot to say the Dolphins.
Dolphins are a good team.
No, but there's 4.
We beat them already.
Yeah, but you can't be third in your division.
All right,
In
at
the
Texans.
AFC,
We're going to
and
beat the at Texans next week. We're going to
Never
beat
know.
them. We're going to beat the Cardinals at home.
You're not going to beat the Cardinals.
Oh, get out of
Unless it's freezing. Now,
Well,
if it's freezing,
it's
if
November
Glenny Bowles
29th.
tell us the truth this week.
It's November 29th in Foxborough. It probably is not going to be warm.
You got a point.
Chargers, we're going to beat. That guy's haircut's a joke. At the Rams, that's
You're
tough.
going to lose that one.
At Dolphins, win. At home
You never
versus
played
Bills,
well
win.
at the Dolphins.
Jets, they have a legitimate
I get it, but
chance.
look at this. So there's 4 teams that are in the playoffs: Chiefs, Steelers, Colts, Bills. I'm just throwing the Colts in there. There are then 5 teams that are 6-3 that are ahead.
Yeah,
you can only get 3 of these teams in
but
there.
we hold the tiebreaker versus the Ravens. We hold the tiebreaker versus the Raiders, and we're 1-0 versus the Dolphins.
Yeah, but those teams have to lose. Those teams have to finish the season. They're all 6-3. So I'm saying Patriots can lose 1 more game.
We're going.
If they lose 2 more games, they're going to be in trouble.
You're not going.
2 more. 9-7 is going to be very hard to do. That's all I'm saying.
Chain bet
Oh.
On what?
on
Playoffs?
Getting to the playoffs. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to.
I mean, you
You
have to. If you have to, you're going to
I
win the
just said
Super
they were
Bowl.
gonna win.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Why are you thinking
I
about
know.
it?
Why did you pause?
You know what? Let me.
Oh, I didn't know. It's like what chain? Where's the different chain?
No,
What chain am I getting?
I like that chain.
So
that
what
you
am I
had,
getting
but no,
back?
that was too expensive. Your chain was too expensive. And
But
I'm
isn't
not going
Dan going to get that chain anyways?
I get everything.
You guys,
I get everything on this whole entire.
I actually went with the silver. I found it because I was looking for batteries, and I have an everything drawer, and I found the chain I was looking for.
Thank you for telling the robbers where your stuff is in the everything drawer.
It's just like gum and Tums in this chain.
It's a way to diminish it.
It's just, yeah.
Let me ponder that thought on the chain bet. Because I may ride with that. I need a week to think about that.
Okay.
Just for the Patriots to make the playoffs?
Make the playoffs.
Just for the make.
Yeah, you
Because
guys
that's
have to
I
tough.
think they can make the playoffs. I'm
don't
saying
do
they
that.
can't make the playoffs at 9-7. I don't think 9-7 gets you in the playoffs.
So I see them being able to lose. I said this was going to happen. And
They're not going on a run.
We're going right off the top. They started very good, and then the COVID thing fucked them all up, and now they're back in the swing of things.
Who else do
tell
they
you
have?
something
Bills,
that I don't
Dolphins,
like.
Cardinals, Rams.
I don't think you've seen
You
a
don't
cold
think they-
cam. You haven't
You
seen
think
a
they can go
cold
3-1
cam.
in that?
Cold cam?
Cold cam, cold weather cam.
True.
You
All
haven't
right,
seen a cold
Texans,
cam.
Cardinals, Chargers. Those are all very winnable.
Wait, but Cardinals, say it again. Cardinals, Rams, Dolphins, Bills. You think they can go 3-1 in that stretch? That's a tough
Who?
stretch.
Cardinals, Chargers, Rams, Dolphins.
And Bills are also on there.
That's 5 games.
Yeah.
3-1.
So take out the Chargers. I'm saying Cardinals, Rams, Dolphins, Bills. Those are the 4 best teams. That they're
At
playing.
worst, 3-1.
Okay. Because they have to go 3-1 there. They have to.
Yes. Correct.
And he really does believe that. He's been
course
saying
I
all week.
believe
Yeah, I know.
He
doesn't think
he's not a fan. He's a man. Like he's
I think
that
the
guy.
Patriots are going to end up on
I
the
don't see
outside
it.
looking in, being like, that's a team that if they had made the playoffs would have been trouble. But they just because the AFC is
But
very
we
difficult
don't know
this
what
year.
these schedules are. These
Yeah,
teams
true.
may be playing
True.
each other.
True.
Like, the one thing that always gets me is when people, and I get it's different. Brady's gone, but Belichick's still there. When Belichick
Yes.
looks like a
Belichick is the
stormtrooper,
best.
when he looks like a stormtrooper,
he's the
get the
best.
fuck out of the way.
He's the best.
So, like people are like, oh, you're crazy. Why do you think this? Like, why wouldn't I think this way?
Because of the personnel. The reason I don't believe because of the personnel that you have. You don't have the personnel that you once had. And that has a lot to do with Brady, but defensively as well. They played a stout game against Baltimore defensively, but I really do feel the weather played a role in that
But
game.
they ran the ball down their throat, and the
True.
Ravens previously had a
And
pretty
the
good run
Ravens,
defense.
the Ravens had a phenomenal run defense and defense overall, and they didn't look like hot garbage.
They looked terrible.
They looked
See,
terrible.
I'm on the side of I think they're just as good as this group of teams that are 6-3. It's just they had the Dolphins, Browns, Raiders, Titans, Ravens.
You
I think
saying
they're
who's
the
just as good?
Patriots are just as good as those teams. They just
I don't
having
think
the
so.
mistake early on. If they were 5-4 right now instead of 4-5, I'd think totally different about this. The margin
My
for error
problem
is
with
very slim.
that team is if they get behind by 7 or 10,
Yeah, that's a
it's
problem.
a wrap. It's over.
But they're not
Game
going to
over.
play that way. Essentially, what skewed everybody's view of this team was that 2-week stretch after
Broncos and
COVID.
the
Broncos, Niners coming off COVID. But other than that, they if Cam doesn't fumble, they beat Buffalo in Buffalo, and they lost to Seattle at the 1-yard line, and they've beaten 3 very good teams. They had COVID. They went through a COVID stretch, and we're back.
Big back. Speaking of Glenny, so are you putting this on Glenny? Our
Yeah.
weather. He is back for the second week.
It would have been nice
I like
to know
Glenny.
that there
It
was
better hit. It'd been nice to know it
Glenny.
was a monsoon coming, Glenny.
Glenny.
You guys didn't ask for the weather in that game.
Well, if there's a monsoon, just tell us.
Yeah.
I'll be better this week.
You look thoroughly confused why.
Any monsoons, whether we ask or not, monsoons tell us.
But that game, I mean, it didn't happen until like mid.
Can we talk real quick about the Ravens are frauds, and I've been saying it for 2 years now. Like they're not.
Well, he can't throw the football.
They're broken. They are
can't
broken
He
offense.
can throw the football. This is the fraud part about the Ravens that frustrates me. The Ravens are known as a defensive team, and they hadn't been playing defense. That's what
Campbell being out.
That's what excites us about the Ravens, their defense and the takeaways. They hadn't been doing that.
But you want to talk about teams that you just said the Patriots, if they fall behind. The Ravens, if they fall behind, they are in.
They got a problem.
Yeah,
They
deep
got
trouble.
a problem.
Before we get to the games of the week, we have to look at the records, though. Dion and Dave both 8-6 last week. Dan went 11-3.
Didn't even realize it. Just did it in my sleep. If I didn't have to take,
Yeah, tell the Eagles. I would not pick the Eagles again.
The Bears have sunk me. I would be in first place if the Bears hadn't. The Bears are fucking terrible.
Are you going to keep picking them or no?
Yeah, well, they're on a bye this week, so I get a little bit of a reprieve from just even thinking about how bad they are. But yeah, that's what's sinking me, but I'm back.
Russell's falling and he can't get up.
Yeah.
This is the worst stretch I've ever seen him have.
Ridiculous. He's out of that MVP talk, that conversation. He would
It's
not.
done?
It's done.
I mean, Mahomes is the MVP.
What about Burkhardt?
No. Who?
I'm kidding.
Like, who? What about Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Well, we'll see what
Mahomes is better, playing better. Mahomes is going to end up.
The Chiefs haven't played.
I don't know about that.
I know they haven't. It does feel like they haven't played in forever. Yeah. Wait, how did they? They played the Panthers and the Jets. That's why they played the Jets, Panthers, then bye. So it feels like they haven't played in forever. But I think he's like 25 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yeah, it has to be Patrick Mahomes. All right, let's get into the storyline games of the week. Speaking of the Ravens, the Titans at the Ravens. And, Dan and Dave, before the show, were both waiting to bring up Lamar Jackson to you, Dion.
They can't wait.
They can't wait. I mean, Dave did like a whole turn very slowly.
Well, let's get the clips from when we were at the ranch in the early season, him talking about Lamar.
I know.
I mean, what I said, which for a long time people laughing me out, Josh Allen is, I don't think.
Josh Allen's been horrible these last couple of weeks.
Wait.
He hadn't been good. He hadn't been the Josh Allen that you guys are standing on the same desk.
Facial expressions.
Josh Allen, he's my king. He's not that same Josh Allen.
Wait.
He's not that same guy.
That drive, though, to put the Bills ahead was.
But is he the same guy?
Diggs, yeah.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen.
I haven't heard MVP by his name in several weeks.
He's cool, but it's
cool down. Say it.
He has cooled down, but he's still playing good. Like Lamar is trash.
Lamar's not trash.
But
Lamar didn't throw the ball like trash. No one got open, and he threw some balls that they dropped.
If you were an NFL GM and they were both there, you would take Lamar over Josh?
Yes.
That's
No.
nuts.
Yes, I would.
That's nuts.
I would.
Well,
ask me if
you know what? I'm withdrawing the
you're
Michigan job.
You can't evaluate quarterbacks.
He didn't want it anyways, but
yes,
he's
I
withdrawing it. So,
Yes, I can.
So you're still sticking with, you think Lamar's good?
I'm picking Baltimore.
Lamar's not bad.
Right.
But Josh Allen.
You have to see it. He's
MVP
got terrible.
a year ago.
I get it. And
you
everything was
sit up and
working.
said he's
But Dion, we had this.
bad.
We had this conversation last week. Greg Roman's offense looked unbeatable with Colin Kaepernick, and then when the league kind of figured it out, it took a step back. Last year, the Ravens' offense looked unbeatable, and now it's taking a little bit of a step back. Are you not you have to? It's adjust. Defenses adjust, and you have to make a
I
counter
like what
adjustment.
you're saying, but you're talking two different things. You're talking about an offense that schematically is not good. Then you're talking about a quarterback who's not good. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing a quarterback that is good, that a scheme needs to, because they ran the ball, which predicated the pass. And
No,
he was
so I'm
flawless.
actually doing the opposite. I'm saying the scheme made elevated Lamar Jackson to a level that maybe that's not the realistic spot.
No, Lamar elevated the scheme, and they ran the heck out of the ball. So then they did read options. He had run pass option as well during every play.
And they
It's not the
obviously
same.
miss. I mean, Marshall Yonder's a Hall of Famer. Him retiring hurts. Stanley getting hurts.
Everyone gets hurt. I mean, I'm not saying it's the worst
It just doesn't
quarterback in the league,
look the
but
same.
I think that's insane that you would still take him over
would.
Josh Allen.
I would.
What do you think about Ryan Tannehill?
Tannehill hadn't been great this year.
Yeah, he's
started
kinda
off
fallen.
good, but he's been
He's become
Well, his
Ryan
numbers
Tannehill.
look good, but then when you watch the game, you're like,
not
okay,
good.
this is
Ryan Tannehill.
it's Ryan.
Earlier in the season, people were talking about him being in the MVP race.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
See, when you look at stats are very deceiving. You just look at 65%, 64%, 14 TDs, 20 TDs, only 3 picks, 5 minutes. Like, when you look at that, you say, well, that's a wash. But then you look at Lamar, 124 yards. He's more productive.
The question, like this game to me, whoever loses this game, it could go south fast.
So this is what we're talking about.
This is your spot.
Both,
right.
yeah, both
this
6
is
and
your
3.
spot. This
Right.
is one of these teams. The loser of this game, if they continue to lose, then that obviously opens up a spot. And I do think
And like the Ravens definitely have the Steelers.
maybe
again.
Steelers on Thursday Night Football.
My problem with both of these teams, it ain't the quarterback on either team. My problem with both of these teams are the defense. When did Tennessee defense,
Titans defense is terrible.
become one of the worst defenses in the game? Like, come on, that don't even make sense. Especially when you have a defensive-minded head coach. Does not make sense.
Dave, who are you taking? Boy.
I know who I want to take, but after I just chided Dion for switching
let
picks
peer
on
pressure.
a different show, I took the Ravens, but now I like the Titans. But I'm gonna stick with the Ravens just so I don't pull a Dion and he can say the same thing back to me. So I'll take the Ravens.
Covering
to
your
stay
bases.
consistent.
Dan?
I think I took the Titans on advisors, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll stick with the Titans.
I love it.
All right, let's go to the Packers at the Colts. Dion, your guy Philly Rivers. That was a huge argument last week. You walked offset.
But then you picked the Titans.
This I will not get till the day I
He
die.
walked offset because of Philip Rivers.
Because I
Texting
love.
us.
Oh, I got the same text.
I was the only one who picked him.
I'm proud of you. It was not the game that I was going off about. It was the man.
Good.
It was the man.
Good, because
It was
that
the
game
man.
was always set up for Phil Rivers to
But
do
it
well.
was it was
Good.
the to do well.
Once you get to the playoffs,
What
once
I
they play a
told
real
you about
defense,
Philly Rib,
no
Philly
chance.
Rib did his job. There's a lot of good quarterbacks in here on bad teams in the NFL. Do you know that, right? And there's a lot of good teams with bad quarterbacks, pretty much. I don't know how that works. But Philly Rib is the guy I told you he was, and he won.
Who's a good team with a bad quarterback?
A good team with a bad quarterback.
I don't think that exists.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
Well, I'm not going to say anything.
The Bears?
No, I mean, I have
Philadelphia
some of my
Eagles.
friends.
Bears aren't a good team.
Let's start with the
Bears aren't a good
Philadelphia
team.
Eagles.
I have friends that Dion, if you can figure it out.
Philadelphia
like,
Eagles.
wait a minute, naming my
The Eagles are a
friends.
good team?
Yeah, the Eagles are a good team.
You're going
The
to start
quarterback is
naming my
bad
friends.
right now.
The Eagles are a good team?
If the Eagles would have had halfway decent quarterback, they'll be winning right now.
No, he could easily.
I mean,
say this. You
you're
could make the
tricking
argument
me
for
into
this.
getting.
I don't want to. I'm not saying anything about
Cleveland
my, not
Browns.
not the Rams. There it is. Just waiting to figure it out. Yeah.
Carolina Panthers, Dallas,
Come
Dallas
on.
Cowboys.
New Orleans Saints.
Cowboys are a good team?
They were a good team
Their
before
defense
Dak went
is
out.
so bad.
Okay,
Not
Minnesota
really.
Vikings.
Not really. They weren't.
I think he was the only
They're giving
good
up
part of that,
100
him
points a
and,
game.
and Zeke. Okay, what about this game, though? Dion? Packers?
I'm going with the Packers for sure. I wouldn't dare. I love Philly Rib, but I'm going with the Packers.
Dave?
I love it. I'll
Did it
take the
again.
Colts again.
Yeah. I'm taking the Colts
That,
as well.
that may be my biggest wager of all time because he just walked into a
The
bad
Colts
trap
have the
the
number
second
one
time.
defense. They have the number one defense.
All you do is talk up the Colts and then go the other
They have
side.
the number one defense.
So then what are you doing?
I don't trust them because I trust Aaron Rodgers more than I trust them.
Nope.
And more than Philly Rivers.
Yep, I do.
Man football. The Colts can play man football. The Packers can't stop that. The Colts' offensive line is real.
Okay.
I guess we'll see. Let's go to Sunday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Raiders. Dave?
It's going to be a good game.
I got no clue. I've gone back and forth. And Dion may have more insight into the philosophy on this. Is like, do the Chiefs care that the Raiders beat them in the first game, or do they
Week
not
5,
care
yeah.
at all? Because if they care, I think they'll come out and they'll beat them handily. Well, I keep forgetting we're not doing the spread. I'll take the Chiefs.
This is also the Andy Reid off of a bye. And Dave, you always preach this with the Patriots and when they were winning Super Bowls. Like how you do Thanksgiving on is kind of the
Yep.
question. I feel like the Chiefs, like they had a couple games. You know, they had the Chargers game where they weren't great. They had the Raiders game where they lost. They've had a couple games where they haven't looked awesome. I think this is when the Chiefs will start to be like, all right, we are the Super Bowl champs. We're going to win another Super Bowl. Let's put it into motion.
And the one game where they looked spectacular was the Ravens.
Right.
Who actually, that win may not be as impressive, seeing what the Ravens are all about. What? I'm serious.
Dion, how much does it matter that they beat them, gave them their first loss in Week 5?
It don't matter.
Revenge?
Don't matter at all. There's no such thing as revenge in the pros. Games are
We
games.
talk about that, but you guys don't talk
No,
about
we
that.
don't talk about no revenge.
Well, like
It's your
playoffs,
job.
like actual rivalries. Like
Yeah, but
Ravens
the
and Patriots had a
the
playoff
Raiders
rivalry.
aren't.
Yeah, I
a
agree with
rival.
that. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not a rival. They're just,
I
they're
agree.
just a blip. I like Kansas City in this game, but this is really going to be a good game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a one-score game.
No, this will be a game that I'm looking at like the Raiders can be truly for real if they win.
of course,
And then
yeah.
the Chiefs, what I'm expecting this game to happen is for the Chiefs to stomp on them and be like, oh yeah, they're the Chiefs. Here we go.
I just hate the Raiders' defense, and the Chiefs, you're going to put up some points, but the Raiders going to try to run the heck out of the ball to slow the game down. I like Kansas City, though.
Could the Raiders be a team that's a good team with a bad quarterback, or do you like
No,
Derek
no.
Carr?
Hey, let me tell you something. Derek Carr, 16-2, 16 touchdowns, 2 picks. Derek Carr is flat out balling. He's exceeding
His run game's pretty. Did you see
Yeah,
John
it is.
Gruden ran the ball 11 times in a row against the Broncos in the
Should've.
fourth quarter? I love
Should've.
when the coaches do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah?
Yep. And then you guys
Run
gonna
the same play.
You guys going to call down on the set, and he's going to tell me throw the ball.
No. Listen, if you ran the same play and it worked 11 times in a row, it'd be
I do it in
incredible.
high school.
Yeah.
I just
Any
flip-
team that can run the ball into the end zone from the 10-yard line is a team to reckon with, period.
Most teams that can run the ball can also stop the run.
Yeah.
It's like a mindset.
Right.
It does.
Have we gotten anywhere with Dave being able to call his powder puff play on the team? Have
No,
you thought
not
any
yet.
more about that?
We still. I had a coaches meeting about that, and they didn't like it.
Is it shut down?
Because they're football minds.
They're
That's the problem with
they're
worried
worried for their jobs.
Yeah, and
Right,
they're conservative, and they all do the same
worried about
stuff,
people-
and they
what
eat the
people are
same
gonna say.
routine, and they don't think outside the box. And all great like movements and innovation in football have been from whether it be Bill Walsh or Eric Coryell or whoever it may be. They're outside thinkers.
Yeah. You should probably rethink that.
I will.
All right.
I'm with it. Just the staff.
Yeah, we'll check in with that next week. We'll get to some more games in just a second, but for now, let's go to #Truth presented by Chevy Silverado. In football, you want players who can tackle anything, and the same is true in trucks. The Chevy Silverado was designed to help you tackle your to-do list and look good doing it. Whether you're taking on a big move or the ultimate tailgate, Chevy is ready with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Dan, last week, your truth was that the Rams make it to the Super Bowl. And they did.
They
beat the
look
Seahawks.
good,
Jared
yeah.
Goff had a bounce back week.
Finally, a good truth. Whitworth getting hurt hurts those chances.
That was guys love them when everybody's
Everyone leaves the sideline
Yeah,
and gives them the
Yeah.
dap.
He's a player's player, man.
Yeah, and he's 39 years old playing offensive line. It's insane. He's a freak.
What are we going with this week?
My truth, I'll actually do what I just said. I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Raiders by, let's say, 14 plus, and we're all going to walk away and be like, oh yeah, the Chiefs are head and shoulders above everyone else.
Dave, you said you were not confident the Patriots
I
could
don't
win
know who
7
wrote
games.
that sheet. That didn't seem accurate. My truth this week is the Patriots are going to the playoffs and a legit Super Bowl contender. So, yeah, it's a 180.
I mean, yeah, you walked in early Monday morning and just said straight up to John Feidelberg they were winning the Super Bowl.
I walked,
so I know it's a
believe it
flip.
in my heart of hearts that the Patriots, now would it shock me if they didn't win the Super Bowl? No, but we're a Super Bowl contender. We're going to make the playoffs. I did say, watch out, we're going to string together a bunch of wins and get hot, and that is what's happening. I did say that.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you laughing? I said that.
The sheet says the opposite.
Well, no, that I flipped it.
This week is going to be a big test
Yeah.
because I don't want to tell everyone but they're part of the can't lose parlay. And that's the unstoppable force versus the immovable block. Okay. It hasn't won in a month.
Okay.
So they're part of the can't lose
No,
parlay.
this team, hey, listen, everyone's chirping them. Oh, you Bill Belichick, why your draft pick's bad, Brady, this. Now he's giving, advice on Kosovo and shit. I'm telling you, things are going well.
Dion, your truth last week was that the Ravens, Rams, Steelers, Chiefs, or the Bucks will win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So
You picked all the best teams.
Let me tell you something. Now, up on the further review.
Ravens.
When I look at the Rams, what they did a week ago, and I look at the Rams defensively as well as offensively, being number 2 defense in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 offense, ranked 7 offense in the league, that's really, really impressive.
It's going to be a great Monday night game.
It's really impressive. Then they have a dog on the outside that can take out any receiver in this league. And you got a force up front in Aaron Donald that's a bona fide killer, just a dog. This team really impresses me right now.
Can we take the Ravens off your list?
No, not yet.
Oh, wow.
Not yet, because defensively they were stout, but they got to get it back. But the Rams right now are my front runner. And if they beat the Bucks, I may ride them all the way into the Super Bowl.
what does it have to take for the Ravens to be off that list?
They lose to the
Mathematically
Titans.
eliminated.
Yeah.
If they lose to the Titans in the manner that they lose, because if they could get in the playoffs, anything can happen.
But if they lose to the Titans, they have Thursday night football, Thanksgiving night.
Who they play against?
Steelers in
See,
Pittsburgh.
that's the big one.
That's a big one.
That's a big
That could be a
flip. That can flip it.
end your whole season.
It will.
Yeah, they lose these next two. They're
3 in
done.
a row.
Done.
True.
Donezo.
Let's go to the Sunday conversation with Caleb and Gilly the Kid from $1 Million Worth a
God.
Game.
Gilly the Kid. Is Gilly short for Gilbert?
No.
Is it true that you used to be a ghostwriter
Yeah.
for J.K. Rowling?
No. I don't know who that is.
True or false that your haircut is a tribute to Lord Voldemort?
I don't have a fucking idea who Lord Voldemort is, but my haircut is a tribute to
That
all
looks
the
like
men.
Lord Voldemort.
Never love something that's not loving you back.
So you didn't choose baldness. Baldness chose you.
Absolutely. That's a part of life. I didn't choose podcasting. Podcasting chose me. I didn't choose my wife. She chose me. I didn't choose the size of my dick. It chose me. I wish I could have chose the size.
And what size would you chose?
15 inches.
No.
Yeah, I want to slap a motherfucker from across the room. Oh, you think you want this? You think you want it? Oh, you, you don't want it.
True or false, you used to take your clothes off for money?
Who the fuck you been talking to?
True or false?
True. I did.
How did you get into male stripping in the first place?
I needed some fast money. One day I got out of the shower. I glanced down. And it just was like, ding! Like, how you gonna get some money? Like fuck. God didn't bless you with too many things. But he did give you a couple inches.
Right.
Put a tube sock on and throw the dick on somebody's shoulder.
Right. What does this phrase mean to you? Helicopters.
Helicopters is when I swiveled the hips and made the dick do like this.
How important is it to be half chub while you're stripping?
When the dick is dead, it's lazy. But when you prep it a little bit, it's up a little bit. It's like a turtle with the head out the shell.
I love animals.
So when you just drop, they like it better when it's prepped up a little bit.
Have you been to a lot of bachelorette parties?
Did too. I took Milo one time with me, but they ended up kicking him out.
What do they talk about at these parties?
Oh my God. No, wait, get the balls off my shoulder. Oh my God. He just slapped me in my head with it. Oh, he's so crazy. Oh, don't tell Jimmy. But they love to look the snake in the eyes. Like it's like they just.
Have you ever taken a sip out of a penis straw?
Never. That would be too close to like sucking your own dick. Like,
On a technicality.
because there's a lot of guys out here with their dicks on the shelf. You know what I mean? The dick is on the shelf.
What was that?
I mean, your dick's up on the shelf. You need to get your dick some help. Some pussy.
Is it true that you were once in a movie with Steven Seagal?
Yeah, whooped his ass too in the end.
So how are the acting chops?
Great. They're wonderful.
Do you mind if I give you a scene right now and you give me what you might give the camera?
Right.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. You're dressed as a police officer, but you're not one. You're male stripping. And you just walked into a bachelorette party and you just found out this ain't a bachelorette party at all. This is a bachelor party. You're in Maine. Go.
Hey, everybody, what's going on in this room 316? Where's Tamika? There's no Tamika here. Just Tommy? The refund is on its way.
And scene.
Gilly's just the best.
Gilly's
I mean,
unbelievable. But Gilly and Wallow are like, they're a team, but they're great individually as well. But they're an awesome team. I love me some Gilly. He keeps it 100 at all times.
You wouldn't be here without them.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
They made it happen.
Yeah.
They made it happen. They made the phone call.
Let's go to the Ain't Nobody Care Game of the Week, sponsored by Pepsi.
bunch of those.
This football season,
Yeah.
prepare your taste buds for the most iconic sports watching drink of all time, Pepsi, with refreshing deliciousness, specially formulated to keep your eye on the ball and mouth-watering fizziness. Pepsi has everything you need to power you through game day. Pepsi is made for football watching. Dan, this week we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Minnesota Vikings.
You care, Deion?
No.
I mean, this is
You should care.
this is a Viking care game, very much.
This is a Vikings care
I care
game.
about the Vikings because of Zimmer.
And
They could make the playoffs.
Michelangelo found Dallas fan named Balls Mahoney.
Balls.
Balls Mahoney.
Glenny, didn't you patent that?
Right.
Yeah, and his brother. His brother was
Balls.
Pancho Villa. So his brother was a super fan of the Bills, and Balls Mahoney's a super fan of the Cowboys. That must have sucked in the '90s for Pancho Villa.
That's horrible.
Yeah, and then we have Survey, the Vikings guy. Let's watch them though.
We're live. Balls Mahoney coming to you live from Dallas, Texas, baby. That's right, the party is just getting started.
It's Viking time, baby. What's going on, Dion?
As Cowboy Nation marches all the way up north to Skull Nation, baby. But guess what? There will be no Skull Viking chants being heard.
Prime time. Got to love it, baby. This is Sir B coming to you from the beautiful state of Florida. You got a little special place in your heart for Florida, don't you, baby? My daughter graduated from Florida State. I got a little something I want to show you.
The world will be watching. Why will the world be watching? Because we're America's team, baby. That's right, baby. That's right. When America's team plays, the world is watching.
Come on in, Dion. Ain't nobody cares. Well, I care. The game of the week needs to be the Cowboys and the Vikings.
We are the 5-time world champions, baby. And we need to represent. We need to hold the line. We need to make sure the world recognizes and remembers.
Because the Vikings are getting on the ship and they're sailing to victory. And Dion, I know you'll make the right decision.
Let's do this, baby. Yeah. Go Cowboys, baby. Woo!
Gotta figure
Survey,
out.
I mean, he's terrifying.
Yeah.
He's good.
The Vikings
guy
Terrifying.
is the best.
He thinks he's a real Viking.
Yeah.
He's the best. Let me tell you a couple things that I saw within that. Did you see the Rowdy in the back,
Yes.
the Rowdy mascot? I got something that I want to let you guys know that you may not have known. It may not change your view or opinion, but Rowdy is a brother in there. And Barney is a brother in there too. I just want you to know. And
Really?
I owned a nightclub back in the day in Dallas. And the guy walks up in the VIP, they let him through. He said, Prime, what's up, man? I said, what's up, dog? He said, I'm Barney. I said, and stop. He said, no, I'm Barney. I said, how can you prove that to me, that you're Barney? And he gave me a card. And that still don't prove nothing. I said, let me just give you some advice. If your hat ever come off during a shooting, your career's done. If they found out
That's hilarious.
Barney is black,
I
it's
love
over.
I love that he walked up to you being like,
did.
I'm
I'm
Barney.
Barney.
Like you cut the line.
like
Yeah.
a-
It's like, all right.
Like,
I'm Barney.
we should hang
How?
out. You're Prime. I'm Barney.
How do I
Same
know you're
thing.
Barney?
But if he could have proved it, would you have let him skip the line?
No, he was already in.
Oh.
But
He just
can't-
wanted you to know he was
he's
Barney.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's actually
And
kind of
Rowdy,
the perfect
too.
thing to just walk around and just tell people like, yo, I'm Barney.
but you can prove it now
Yeah.
with
But
with
I
phones
told
and
him,
stuff.
if
But
your hat
Well-
ever come off on TV, it's over.
And Rowdy
not
too,
getting
huh?
The same support.
Well, I'm not a Christmas light guy, but like his stat of I put up over 60,000 Christmas lights, is that like
That's
insanity?
impressive.
That's
Yeah,
impressive.
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
All right.
I know what you're saying because the lights,
60,000. I mean, it's
Maybe
it's
one-
like his stat. It's Jeopardy.
one stringer has to be at least 1,000, right?
1,000.
I have no clue. I have no clue. So we have to pick this game. Was either guy more convincing? I mean, the Minnesota guy was just scary.
Vikings.
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 Okay. Easy enough. Solely based on the game or based on the fans?
Based
Both.
on
Yeah.
Dak not being there.
I should say Balls Mahoney, I think, was dealing with a close personal friend who just passed away. So he was doing that with a heavy heart.
wow.
So give him credit for that.
Okay, yeah.
He got himself up.
Maybe that.
You could maybe see it in his eyes.
If a guy name is Balls, do you guys have a fraternity, Glenny?
No, we just start one though. You can get in if you want.
You just are one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever? We'll have to show you the first time Balls interviewed and when the nickname came about. All right. See you, man.
Do they have any nicknames for you?
No. The only really nickname they call me is Funny Balls. It's like my fake gambling alias. Did I fuck around with?
All right, Glenny Balls. Get out
See
of
you
here.
later.
Get out of here, Glenny Balls. Glenny Balls. Glenny Balls. I do like that nickname. But I mean, he's gonna. Let me say this. He's gonna contribute nothing to the growth of this company. He's just a fatso, Glenny Balls, who's gonna be people can laugh at. So I guess that is contributing. Like he was on his way out, and he was asked, "Does anybody call you anything?" Glenny Balls.
Yeah.
But it was kind of offhanded.
Shout out Gaz, or else I probably wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Gaz, big time.
It's offhanded Glenny Balls.
And don't forget, Glenny can give us weather on any of these rapid fire games. So if you need to go to it, throw to him. We'll start with Cincinnati at Washington. Dion.
It's a good game. God, that's a good game.
No, it's not.
It is a good
You're
game.
You're just saying that.
No,
this
that's
is not a good
This is
game.
an evenly matched
This is
game.
not a good game.
It is a good
6-1 versus 2.
This is not a good
No,
game.
what I mean by it's a good bad game.
It's a good bad game.
This could go either way. What? I don't know nothing about the lines, but what does -1.5 mean? What does
It
that?
means it's like
Close.
even, yeah.
Yeah.
So
that doesn't.
They even say this is a
I've
good
never,
game.
but I didn't.
It's a good bad game.
You keep people on your toes because
Give me
this
what?
will be a ain't no care game.
It is a ain't nobody care game.
But
But
also
it's
a
a
good game.
good bad game.
I can't
I
wait
like
till
watching it.
Sunday when Cincinnati's like scores with 30 seconds left and Dion texts me being like, "Told you."
Hell of a
Like,
game.
that doesn't mean it was a good game.
It's coming. You know it's coming.
What, is this a reputation game? Is it?
No,
a
it's
good
not a
game?
reputation
No.
game.
No?
I'm going with
Okay.
Washington.
Cincinnati.
I'll take Cincinnati as well.
Thank you, guys.
Let's go to Atlanta at New Orleans.
Some breaking news. New Orleans' newly ordained starting quarterback Jameis Winston has been benched. To the dismay of dub eaters everywhere, Taysom Hill was named the starting quarterback for this weekend's game against the Atlanta Falcons. Reports indicate that there will be no packages for Jameis, not even crab legs, so no matter where the game is, today is infamous for Jameis. A sad day for our country and for this upcoming segment. Back to you guys.
Dave.
New Orleans.
Famous Jameis.
Yeah.
I'm ready for Jameis's next. I am ready for
W.
Jameis's. Hey,
I hate
Florida
that.
State guy.
God, it's a
Come
good
on.
game.
He's the best. He's the
See,
funniest quarterback
that
we've ever had in the
W
NFL.
Made me want to flip right then.
I hate the W.
Oh, I hate to go against Jameis. I can't do it with Atlanta. I'll stay with New Orleans.
Yeah, you can't pick
Yes,
Atlanta.
those guys like him too. You could tell after like
Jameis is a great guy.
Yeah, no. When they were eating the W as a team, like you could tell they love Jameis
It was
Winston.
some guys in the back like, what is this?
No, not with the Bucs. I'm saying when the Saints beat the Bucs on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
They were on TV after, and Jameis like did a little photo bomb, and all the guys were like laughing and having fun.
Yeah, no,
they
Jameis
like
is a
him.
great
I like
guy.
him.
I hand up. He's maybe the most wrong I've been. I thought he was going to be
Me
like
too.
a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Me too. Well, he still could be. Stats-wise,
So you're trying to say he's got
most yards.
I'm
trying to say
taking
he's got-
accountability. Him and Johnny Football.
I was about to say Johnny Manziel was probably the.
No.
Jameis
See,
still
what
has
you
a
got to
chance.
do, you got to look back in Jameis' college history. Jameis threw a lot of picks, man. Like, I think his senior year is like 15 picks or something like that. You don't throw
He's a
that many
gunslinger.
picks in college in 1 year.
He's hilarious.
He has
No, he is
88
hilarious.
interceptions.
No, I'm not saying like funny, like ha funny. Like watching him play is hilarious.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Is it so bad?
For
When he-
5,000
yes.
yards
Yes.
last year.
When he gets sacked and when he like flops around and he throws
He threw for
picks.
5,000 yards last year and 30 touchdowns.
Oh my
Do not
God.
announce
And then
that
that
as category.
that pick six to end the season, he is the funniest quarterback we've ever had in the NFL.
The funniest move of his career is not eating the W is when he got suspended and showed up in
Full pads. He's like, Jimbo, what do you mean? I'm
Yeah.
playing. Like, no,
Showed up
that's
just
You're just
suspension
simply not
means
playing.
you're not-
showed up next to Jimbo, full pass.
What about the warm up with the hips thing?
the hips. He's got everything he does is funny.
My son showed me that. I say, if I ever catch you, I'm going to cut you. And I'm your dad.
Let's go Steelers at Jags, Dan.
I'll take the Steelers, but throw out a warning because we had this a couple weeks ago with the Steelers going to the Cowboys. Mike Tomlin coaches to his competition. The Jags stink. I think this is going to be a sneaky close game, but I'll take the Steelers.
What's the difference in what he said and what I said?
Because I'm saying more. If I had to take
this, is going to be a good game.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be a good game.
What is a sneaky close game?
It means that the Jags are going to muck it up and the Steelers are going to play like shit.
Doesn't mean like if it's 9-7 in a close game, that's not a good game. It's a close game.
Right, like the Jags.
Like you didn't think the Patriots-Ravens was a good game, but it was close.
I thought it was a good game.
No, it's kind of gross.
Till the monsoon came in, Glenn didn't tell us about.
No, if I could take the Jags plus 10 here, I would. But obviously, we're picking straight up. What's the weather going to be like in Jacksonville?
Glennie?
Yeah, so we're going to North Florida. We're going to North Florida over here. It is a 14% chance of rain. No, I know Florida. It's the Panhandle right here. That's right at Jacksonville.
Geography.
14% chance of rain, partly cloudy, and 75.
Okay. I was hoping to be a little more humid because I feel like Big Ben can't deal with it.
Capital of Nebraska.
Nebraska's Lincoln.
Good job.
I mean, he looked at you just like that was the dumbest question.
Hey, why would you try me like that?
Yeah.
Dave, who are you taking?
Pittsburgh.
Dion?
Pittsburgh.
All right, let's go to the Pats at the Texans. Dave, I'll start with you.
Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots. They're in my can't lose parlay. You got to be worried about that.
Yeah, I am, but I mean, the Patriots of all the teams that we've owned, the Texans are number one on the list. They showed up in those Letterman jackets. J.J. Watt looking like he was a high school senior. They were all the rage. We beat them by 100, murdered the franchise. They haven't beat us, I don't think, ever. I don't know that they've ever beaten the Patriots.
They don't have a run defense,
You don't think nothing's wrong when J.J. Watt is trying to get out, like, during the season?
I know.
Like, that's not good.
Kenny Stills they fired their PR, head of their PR, and everyone was like, this is crazy, she's the best. And then, like, I saw Kenny Stills liked a tweet that was like, this organization's a joke.
Like,
things
can't
are
have
bad.
your highest paid player saying, I want out.
Yeah, no, things are bad.
It's no way you could do that. Win or lose, you can't do that. I'll take New England.
I will say it's an absolute rat line after what the Patriots did.
Right? When I saw it, I was like, how does this make sense?
Yeah.
It should be, I would feel so much more confident about the Patriots winning this game if it was
7.
New England 6.5, I would say. Yep.
Agreed.
Let's go to the Eagles at the Browns. Dion.
This is garbage. I can't stand either of these teams. Not one of them.
What's wrong, Dave?
Well, you think it's going to be a blowout?
No.
So then,
no.
That's
It's going to be a good game.
No, both teams are horrible.
No, it's going to be a good game.
Cleveland.
Good game?
I picked Cleveland. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be like 10-7.
I have no idea. Philadelphia, I can't believe how bad they are. I really can't. But I know when I jump off of them, they're going to stick it up my ass. So I'm going to give them another shot, Philadelphia. But I hate them.
I'm in the same spot.
Thank you.
I'm in the same spot. Philadelphia has fucked me over left and right, and I still keep doing it.
They stink. And
can't keep
again, this
picking up?
Gotten a few guys healthy.
The spread is too small.
I feel a little bit more confident because I had the Giants last week. So I feel a little more confident from that. But they got a couple guys healthy.
All
They
right.
have to win one of these games. They have to.
Eventually, they have to.
Have to.
Detroit at Carolina, Dan.
Is Teddy playing? Do we know? I don't think he is.
They got to knock off Teddy playing behind him, though.
No.
Plays just like Teddy.
No. PJ, whatever his name is, he played in the XFL. PJ Walker, I want to say.
No clue who that is.
No, it is
That's
not.
what I
Teddy.
mean.
It's not Teddy.
Teddy
is good.
No, I like Teddy. I like Teddy.
No, you don't.
I don't like Teddy.
You're doing what I do with Lamar Jackson.
I like Teddy.
You're saying, the guy behind him's just as good. I like
didn't
Teddy.
say just as good. It's a knockoff Teddy. He plays a lot similar to Teddy. That's why they got him. He plays a lot similar to Teddy.
You already said he was bad earlier in the show.
Yeah, you don't like Teddy.
Teddy is not going to win it for me, or he's not going to lose it for me. He's going to maintain it. I like Teddy.
That's fine.
I would like Teddy to drive on the road trips with my kids.
All right. That's
He's going to get him there.
I actually like Teddy.
He's going to get him there. I don't get him there too fast.
I don't think Teddy's playing, though.
As of right now, when we're taping this on Thursday, they have not made an announcement. So on Sunday,
I'll take Detroit, but if Teddy's playing, I might switch.
Okay.
He's not playing.
So we'll update that in just a little bit.
I'll take Detroit because he's not playing. If he was, I'd take
McCaffrey's not playing.
McCaffrey's definitely not playing.
McCaffrey's definitely not playing.
Yeah.
Teddy is not playing as well. Reggie just said it, so I'm taking Detroit.
I'll take Detroit.
Okay. Let's go to the New York Jets at the Los Angeles Chargers.
I'm taking Carolina. Switch it.
Oh. Why?
I always had that.
Why? Because they're going to make a move. We're running out of football.
Okay, that's fair.
And I think there's a chance. I mean, they could win the game.
Good.
They could. It is a possibility.
I mean,
Jets
they're
at
favorites.
What about that great quarterback you guys like for Detroit?
Stafford?
That has never won.
He's a Hall of Famer.
I don't love Stafford.
I do.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
You gonna let that slide?
Yeah.
I don't.
you gonna let
He has.
He's gonna have
crazy
all the stats.
Are you gonna let that slide? He's a Hall of Famer.
He may end up in the Hall of Fame.
You said they're bad teams with good quarterbacks. That's one of them.
Hall of Famer.
That is one of them.
But you said Hall of Famer.
Yes,
But statistically, he is, right?
I don't know how they're going to
My
judge
phone
this
right
era.
now, all the bus in Canton are calling me right now.
I don't
because of what you
know.
just said.
I don't know how they're going to judge this era because numbers are insane. But if you want to go just strictly by numbers, if he plays for, I don't know, he's probably going to play 6-7 more years, he will have all of the numbers.
I would never vote for him for the Hall of Fame, but I think there's a chance based on stat.
That's
I
what I'm saying.
wouldn't
I'm
vote for him.
only saying statistical. I'm not saying eye test. I'd agree with you. Statistics, he will have all the statistics.
It took too long. I'm good.
If he, no.
I'm good.
Here's all I'll say.
When you take
Here's
that
all I'll
long,
say.
you're
No,
trying to think
here's
about what
all
to say
I'll
when you take
Here's
that
all
long.
I'll say. If he can find a way to get out of Detroit and maybe get to like an NFC Championship game.
How many times is that?
The thing is, though, I mean, how many guys are Hall of Famers? Because he's never been like top 5 quarterback in the league. So
He's had some pretty good years.
but he's never been top 5.
I'm just saying, numbers-wise, he's going to have all the numbers.
Like, when-
he doesn't get hurt and he plays and he's been like, good every single year for the last 15 years he's been playing.
Like when I think Hall of Famers from this era quarterback, obviously Peyton, who retired, Brady, Breeze, Rivers, Rodgers.
Right? Like, so
he's not there.
Thank you for Rivers.
Eli has 2 Super Bowls.
Eli, I don't think
Stafford
should be.
has been better than Eli their careers, numbers-wise.
Eli's.
Right.
I don't think Eli's a Hall of Famer.
He's gonna be.
He shouldn't be.
But he's gonna be.
It's too. You take. I mean,
But he's a Manning.
He is a man.
No, yeah,
Right.
a couple Super Bowls too.
Arch Manning.
Well, then
Archie
Teddy
Manning will
Bruschi
make
should be a Hall of Famer.
Who?
Teddy Bruschi.
Robert Ory should be in the Canton.
Big
No,
shot Bob.
it's different with defense. It's different with defensive guys. Offensive quarterbacks are different.
Yeah, because you
defensive
have
guys,
easier
you could
stats.
play on the team and you got 15 Super Bowl rings. Just like what it took Ty Law to get in. Like
Right, but he should
have
right,
been.
Yeah, right.
He should
But
have
I
been.
mean, it is defense. The stats are different. But when he's the leader of a team that has 3 Super Bowls and a dominant defense, you should be in.
Yeah, but if you bring Brewski's name up, I promise you, it's going
All
to
I'll say-
a bunch
so-
of people that are kicking the door down.
I'll agree with you guys that he probably shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. I'm just gonna say, if Matt Stafford plays for 5 or 6 more years, you're gonna look up one day and be like, "What the fuck? Matt Stafford is top 5 in every stat."
Right.
I think
It's gonna be
I don't
crazy.
think he's a bad quarterback. I think he's a really good quarterback, honestly. He's a good quarterback.
So then what the hell did we just disagree?
But Hall of Fame is a whole lot different.
We'll see.
Jets-
The good thing is, I'll probably be dead by the time he retires.
Don't
so
say
I don't
that.
care.
Don't say that. I like Detroit.
Jets at Chargers.
Rappers say that it happened, and I don't want you to
Don't put it in the, don't put it in the universe.
Chargers.
Chargers.
Dion.
Chargers.
All right.
All those Jets will win a game this year.
You think
I
so?
do too.
They
I
will
think
win a
so. I
Who are
think
they
so.
gonna-
They're
Who
going to
they
catch
get?
somebody slipping. I promise you.
I think they play the Bengals. That will be their game.
Let's go Miami at Denver. Dan.
All
The
he
lack
do
of
is win.
respect. The lack of respect bowl continues for the Dolphins.
All he do is win,
Yeah.
win no matter what.
So 16-5 against the spread in their last 21. That means Vegas just doesn't have a read on them. I kind of want to take Denver, but I'm going to take Miami because I actually, in a weird way, I'm gonna save my right to change this pick on Sunday. If
Okay.
Drew Lock is playing, I love Miami. If he's not, I might go
Tua
Denver.
is a winner.
Drew Lock sucks. Drew Lock sucks. If Drew Lock is playing, I love Miami.
That look on his face.
Almost got
He's a
him.
winner.
Almost got him. Tua, he's a winner.
He's a 3-0.
You know he's a
You
winner.
know, he is- I mean,
Is it 4 or 3?
3.
It's
Fitzmagic
3-0,
was
yeah.
just great. He hasn't done the defense been playing well. I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
I'm going to Glenny balls. Snow.
No, shockingly, we're in Mile High, Denver, which is where I am right now, and looks clear. 0%.
Lenny, you got to turn
precipitation,
sideways.
Clear skies, 53 degrees, so it should be a nice day.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful day.
I'm going to take Denver.
That's a good pick.
You're going to take Denver too?
No, I'm taking Miami.
Good.
I'm with Tua all the way.
I refuse to believe Vegas can be this wrong this consistently about a team. So.
Yeah, no, it's
And
crazy.
I'm not going to be the guy who gets caught jumping ship the week they're right.
And 16-5 is like, because they've done it every which way. They've won games, they've lost games, but not by enough. Like, That's a weird run to have 16-5 over 21 games.
Dave, a few weeks ago you said fuck Tua. Are we still standing by that, or?
No, he's been decent.
I'm proud of you.
What's it going to take for you to like?
Well, he hasn't had to do a whole hell of a lot.
He does throw a catchable ball. He does. Like, if you like Foles, how he throws a catchable ball, he sucks.
The Dolphins haven't been, he has not been challenged yet. Like, he hasn't been behind or in close having to do drives. They haven't.
Because he's good. He don't make.
Well, no, their
to get
defense has staked them to leads.
Yeah.
Let's go to Monday Night Football. Rams at Bucks. Dion.
Miami defense is around mid to bottom, by the way. But okay.
Turnovers.
Yep.
Rams at Bucks.
On prime picks, I picked Tampa, man. But I'm really.
Do that double thing you like to do.
No, the more I look at this,
You're starting to hop on what I was saying.
No, the more I look at this thing, the Rams got something, man. I like Tampa because they're at home, and whenever a West Coast team comes all the way across the country and come to Florida, that the weather, you know, the heat, the humidity, it gets them. I'm flipping, man. I'm going with the Rams.
Should we check the weather before you do that?
Yep.
Check
Give
the
me some.
Lenny, what's the weather?
All right, we got Tampa, clear skies in Tampa Bay, 71 degrees with a 6% chance of rain, so not much rain in Tampa.
How can
71.
somebody equate 6%? Why would they even say that?
Yeah, that is weird.
Like 6%. So that means there's 94% chance it won't.
Yeah.
Math guy.
Yep.
6 doesn't seem.
Doesn't seem real.
It's just either 0 or 10.
It's
I
0.
thought it only went in 10.
Well, that's like those stupid win percentages that they put that. It's
Yeah.
like 99.9 that flips.
Yeah, it's like the Falcons are 99.
Yeah.
Like, no, they're not. They're
Right.
the Falcons.
Yeah.
Did the weather change your opinion, Dion? Or are you sticking with the
No, I'm sticking with the Rams because just statistically, what I see, those guys are making a move.
Dave?
I'm going to go with Tampa here because I think a lot of people are going to have lingering thoughts of what happened to them when they got absolutely annihilated by the Saints. I think the Patriots, that's how much I think of Tom. I think it sticks in Tom's head. I think this is a prove-it game for Tampa Bay after they got embarrassed on Monday Night Football last time. And the Rams are playing well. They haven't had a bad game. So I really think this game means more to Tampa Bay, and I think they come out and win this game.
Dan?
I'm going to take the Rams. Game's at 8 o'clock at night. Tom Brady should be in bed. He's played at night.
That is good.
He's played it.
That
It
is
is a low
good.
blow.
That's some good
It's not a
material.
low blow.
He's
43 years
he
old.
doesn't drink coffee.
If he plays in the afternoon,
He's never had.
bet him.
Coffee's not bad for you. Coffee's good for you.
He's had 3 games this year.
I have 3,000 coffees a day.
Yeah.
Especially Black Rifle coffee. It's really good for you.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
3 games this year. He's played at night.
Oh, shit.
They got killed by the Saints. They won by 2 against the Giants, and they lost to the Bears.
They're not
Giants
good.
and Bears
Yeah.
aren't great.
You're saying sleepy time for him.
Sleepy time.
Sleepy time.
Listen, if you had to get up and do a show
Calling
at
the
like
man old.
2 in the morning, would you feel good?
But Dave's
I double Adderall yesterday just to get through the day.
Dave is the same age. What time are you in bed? I mean,
Yeah, see, we had this
to bed at, like,
conversation.
6
Yes.
p.m.?
I don't go to bed. I'm
Yes.
in bed.
Right.
At 6.
6?
Yes.
That's.
I'm in
Listen,
bed.
it's
How are you possibly going to be a college
The good-
football? These college football coaches don't sleep, Dion.
You think it? Yes, they do.
When?
In the office when they close the door and they play like they're watching film. They're not. Hey, man, I thought you was here studying. Go home.
You are going to have to stay up later, though, with college.
yeah, but
kids.
you also
Like,
get up at like 5 in the
Yeah, I
morning.
get up early because I have the same amount of time that you have in the day. I just started earlier.
We'll get to the primetime picks in just a second, but let's go out to the Fantasy Football Factory Minute with the guys on the podcast.
And thanks, guys, and welcome back to the Fantasy Football Factory Fantasy Minute of the Week.
Adam, who you starting this week?
Well, Nick, this week I got a sweet tooth, so I'm going to go ahead and start Judy and Roethlisberger. Better yet, I'll start Ben and Jerry. How about that? How's that sound? Who you sitting this week, Nick?
I'm going to sit Rainbow Herbert. That
Ooh.
is Justin Herbert. He's got a rocky road to the playoffs, and he's got a Walmart haircut.
Oh, speaking of Walmart, I'm thinking about starting my own Walmart over here. I got Darren Waller starting at tight end. I might even bring back Delaney Walker.
Nah, he's not in the league anymore, but I would expect that from a Walmart man. Me, I'm a Coles man. Keelan Coles. He's been cash money for the Jags. Who
Very
you like?
nice. Oh, yeah, you know who I like? I've been looking at Jalen Reagor on the Eagles, Jacoby Myers on the Patriots.
Oh.
I like Jalen and Jacoby As fantasy football players, Nick, who do you like at a quarterback? Nick, quarterback.
I'll tell you who I don't like. That is Tom Brady because he's over the hill. But there is one hill that I'm not over. That's Taysom Hill.
Ooh, I'll Taysom Hill myself. You know, my lineup's looking like the Appalachians with these hills. Tyreek Hill, Brian Hill. With Tyreek, Shaq, and Brian's vision, you could say that the hills have eyes.
Speaking of horror movies, it's been Silence of the Lambs in Dallas. See, you skipped a couple weeks of production. It's been leaving a bad impression in my mouth, like Bill Hader.
Oh, whoa. I'm no Bill Hader myself. In fact, I got 6 silly bills that I'm going to start this week. I got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, John Brown, Devin Singletary, Zach Moss, and Cole Beasley.
You know what? I'm hopping on the 6 silly bills. I'm going Marquez Valdez Scant.
Ling. Very nice, very nice. The last second 6 is my speed as well, so I'm going to go with sleeper, my boy, DeAndre Hopkins. Hey, back to you guys.
All right, let's get to the primetime picks presented by the Chevy Silverado. Here's our strongest pick of the week, brought to you by the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Dan, still alive, 10-0. We said you have to go 17-0 now.
Yep.
No longer 16-0.
Yep.
Even though Dion said you could have a mulligan.
Nope. I won't take a mulligan. I drove the Silverado last week. I drove
I'm
it down to
confused. This
Philly.
says Chicago. Clearly, that's wrong.
No, that was week 1.
That was week 1.
Oh,
It's
we're
the
going
other
the
way
other
away.
Yeah. The first one is last week.
I drove the Silverado down to Philly last weekend. I love that truck. I want that truck. This is going to be I'm nervous about this week because what it says to you is take the Steelers. I don't trust Mike Tomlin. I'm taking the Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings at home against the Cowboys. I'm a little nervous about it because the Cowboys are coming off a bye, but I'm taking the Vikings.
You're safe.
So right now on the line we have the Chevy Silverado, Dave's chain, Dion's chain, $5K cash from both Dave and Dion.
And anything that was in Dion's wallet at any time.
That's
We threw in cash?
Yeah, we threw in cash last week because you added 17. Fine, I'll go 17-0. You each got to throw in $5 grand.
I'm not throwing in nothing.
Oh.
Fine.
All right, perfect. 10 grand.
He don't speak for both of us.
Chevy 17-0.
No.
Fine.
10 grand cash. So we threw in cash.
Yeah, because you added in that extra game.
Listen, the cash. I'll say this. We'll throw a curveball this week. The 5K, all donated charity. All right. I'll pick the charity. That will be a
State
charity donation. The chain and the trucks.
Jackson State Athletic Department be a good.
That's fine.
In my pocket, I have fortune.
That will be a charitable donation.
Fortune cookies are in my pocket.
To the Human Fund.
You don't remember doing that, Dave?
No, I don't.
Yeah, because you added week 17.
Well, that's how the rules should be. I'll take this segment. I'm invested in what Dan's doing in the truck, and it's very paying attention to it. Me and Dion's picks could go fuck less. I'll take the truck.
I mean, you both are 6 and 4. I mean, yes.
100 times.
Yeah, you guys lost in week 1.
Is you somehow have better teams left than I do.
Yes, I have incredible teams left. I still have the Steelers, the Chiefs, the Seahawks, the Bucks.
That's crazy.
I mean, the fact you got away with an Eagles pick, a Dallas pick.
I mean, the Bears week 1.
Yeah.
That was the Lions game.
Okay, so on the road to 17-0. Anything else?
No, I'm taking Baltimore in my picks, even though nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Oh, I still got Baltimore. I probably should have taken Baltimore earlier because they stink.
Yeah, they stink now.
That's the only thing that will do me in is all the teams that were good early are going to end up like the Saints and the Ravens. I might get screwed because I have.
You haven't taken KC though.
I haven't taken KC, Steelers, Bucks, Ravens.
Big Ben is going to save you the last and do it to you.
That's why this week
he's going to do it to you.
I think the Jags.
Ben is going to do it to you.
I know he probably will.
What did you think about Glenny Balls in week 2?
Glenny Ball stepped this game up.
Yeah?
He still needs to turn sideways.
I was trying to teach him earlier how to do the hip hop thing.
Do it like that, but I don't like to look like that.
I like your profile look, though, Glenn.
I can't do the profile well.
There you go. Pop that hip. There you go.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I don't think that fits me well.
Well, your balls.
Your balls.
Funny. Capital
balls. With a Z.
Capital of Idaho.
Boise.
Capital of Washington.
Olympia.
Capital of Vermont.
Montpellier.
Ooh, the accent. And on that note,
on that note,
they're in the French country.
Drop the mic, Glenny.
the other streak going is balls is.
Drop the jock, Glenny. Sorry, not the mic. Drop the jock. That's your Glenny balls.
On that note, we'll send it out to these guys for your update on Sunday.
All right, welcome in. Ooh, look at that hat. It's the Pro Football After Show presented by Chevy Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. go play the $25 or 25,000 pigskin parlay on the Barstool Bets app. Play Barstool, sorry. That is free to play. And also, we love Chevy Silverado. Vikings today are going to get me that much closer. Dion, I have 3 things we have to talk about. Number 1, Taysom Hill starting over Jameis Winston. Is that the correct move? And do you think people are pissed in the locker room because Jameis Winston's actually a quarterback and Taysom Hill is like a gadget player?
I think we're underestimating Taysom Hill. First of all, we shouldn't doubt a man that we highly respect, and that's Sean Payton. We're not there. Sean Payton is there on a daily basis, and he has the full authority of evaluating quarterbacks for quite some time. I'm pretty certain he knows who's best for the job.
Okay, so follow-up question. Do you buy the idea that maybe we're going to have Taysom start, but we will still see Jameis Winston today against Atlanta?
You could. You paid Taysom Hill a boatload of money. It's like a versatility player as well as a quarterback because he's making some real ends. You got to justify that. So he can't justify the move of the pay rate without him getting the opportunity to play quarterback.
Yep.
He told me out of his mouth years ago, this kid could really be a good quarterback. And I'm pretty sure he's putting his money where his mouth is.
It's a good point. Jameis Winston's making basically nothing. Taysom Hill signed that new contract. The Detroit Lions versus Carolina Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater out. I think I took the Lions, but if I didn't, I'm taking them right now. So I'm switching my pick. If I don't have the Lions, I want the Lions on the record.
You know what? On Prime Picks, I think I pick Carolina. I'm switching my pick with you as well.
Okay. All right. So we're both switched there.
On the record, I'm switching the pick as well.
Okay. All right. So we'll hold each other to that. We both have the Lions now. I don't even remember who I picked initially, but we both officially have the Lions. Last 2 things. Browns, weather again. What do you think about that? Weather again. It's going to be tough for Baker. Rain, wind, all that shit. Do you think the Eagles can finally get a big win and get a little bit closer to the playoffs?
I refuse to pick the Eagles.
Okay.
I refuse. Something inside won't let me do it.
That's a good strategy overall. And then last question. Stephen Che said that you played a game maybe Friday. Did you use any of his plays?
Oh, my God, I forgot to use his stuff. I did. And oh, my, I forgot. He got to remind me. But you know what? I couldn't have used this stuff because we decided to play the game midweek because the team lost the game. And we jumped in, and we hadn't practiced but a couple days, and I wasn't even at practice all week because I had prior engagements because we had a bye.
Okay.
So I couldn't have implemented. I wouldn't have done it no justice. It'd have been like the powder puff play that
Dave. Yes. All right. Okay. So that's fair. We'll get it in for next time. Dion, thank you. Chevy Silverado, thank you. Vikings today. If you want to see me get a Chevy Silverado and an I Believe chain and money to charity, root for the Vikings.
The money is still in jeopardy.
Now that's
the money,
happening. That's happening.
I never agreed to money.
Yes,
I never
you did.
agreed on the money.
Everything in your pocket. Everything in your pocket. How much is that? I want the hat too. Throw the hat in. I want the hat.
Okay. The hat could go in.
All right, and the money, All right, and also, if you haven't done it already, play Barstool. $25,000 free to play pigskin pick'em. You got like 20 minutes to go. Dion, thank you. We'll talk to you later. Thank you, Chevy Silverado. We'll see everyone next week.
One thing to remember when you're gambling on the Barstool Sportsbook app, make sure that you gamble responsibly. Know your odds, know your chances of losing.
Gamble responsibly. Nobody wants to end up in a trash can.
You can play with Penn National, which is a licensed and regulated operator. Big words. If you have a problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.